All right, welcome to the video. There is definitely something I want to talk to you as far as XRP news goes here, and talking about this in an XRP price prediction vein as well. So there is something that is going to send XRP to new all-time highs, and it really is not what you think it is. And I'm going to explain that to you here in this video. This video will be pretty short, I promise, because I'm going to share this one side of the XRP bull run aspect, okay? Now, there's obviously other components to that need to happen and that will happen to move XRP up. And those are specific catalysts to the XRP environment. That's XRP being added to strategic reserve funds, maybe in the United States, XRP ETFs, the proliferation of Ripple's technology and the more mass adoption of that. And I think we'll start to see that when the lawsuit is settled, when we see major companies like Bank of America and Citi and other financial Wall Street giants come out and leveraging, starting to use XRP's technology. All of that said, that's really not what I'm talking about in this video. Okay, so this is a new aspect that I want to share with you. That's something that you probably are not looking at. There's really two main things that I want to share with you. Okay, and so they have to do with mass adoption. They have to do with the cycles of the bull runs. Now, XRP missed out on the last major bull run. Why? Because of the lawsuit. The lawsuit kept it down. Literally, there was a boot on XRP's throat, if you will, right? And so we didn't get to see this. Now, what you're seeing here is a chart of Bitcoin and the golden cross scenario and as it plays out. And you can go back and see all the way back to like 2016, 17, 2020, 21, and then obviously looking in now. And so you can see that every single time we've had a major golden cross event, we've seen Bitcoin go parabolic, 139%, 2,200%, 1,190%. And that event has not played out yet. Okay. So this is based off of historically accurate, again, data seeing that. Okay. And so XRP really didn't get to take advantage of that in the last bull run in that 2020, run again, right? Because we knew that XRP was under a 4+ year lawsuit. Okay. So this is one aspect that I want you to be aware of. And I want you to know that's playing out because yes, this is a Bitcoin chart. It is not an XRP chart, but you have to understand we're talking about the flow of capital, flow of money, and how mass adoption happens and how people will come into XRP. There will be money that flows into Bitcoin first. It's the way it always happens. Then it goes into Ethereum. And I would say Ethereum / XRP, and then it flows into the rest of the altcoins. And so because of that golden cross events and because of those massive percentages that you see right here, we are expecting the same thing. And this is lining up to be an event that will start to take place in the fourth quarter of this year. Okay, so we will start to see signs of it rolling in, August, September, but October, November, and December is where we're going to see this massive event start to play out because the golden cross event has happened. I think there's other financial market factors that have impacted, slowed this a little bit. The Israel-Iran conflict, things of that nature. We've started to see tariffs. Those are a little bit different from a financial kind of more of a macro issue, if you will. Okay. So the other thing that I want to share with you that is, again, something that you probably are not thinking about is the changing of the perception on Wall Street. And this goes back to mass adoption. What is mass adoption? Well, we start to see millions and millions and millions of new investors coming in and putting money into major crypto assets, Bitcoin, XRP, so forth. Okay. And so the traditional crypto investing model has been that crypto has been viewed as this highly volatile, high risk asset class, all of it. Okay. And that perception is changing. And you start to see that narrative change as far as major Wall Street institutions are starting to see, number one, how they can make money off of the fees associated with crypto, because it's a brand new asset class for them to go out and make profits. And you can't begrudge them for that because they are going to drive a lot of the traditional kind of Main Street United States, Main Street global audiences to come in and want to invest in crypto and invest in XRP. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. So, and I've retweeted this, by the way. So over on my X account, if you down in the link description below, if there's a link to my X, my Twitter account, go give me a follow over there because I do put different content over there. And this is over there on my X account. You can see this. So this is interesting. bullish. A $300 billion investment advisor, Rick Edelman, recommends a 40% crypto allocation for aggressive investors. So what he's talking about says not owning crypto is the real speculation. So what he's talking about in this chart is that if you go and you look at any traditional kind of allocation model, it says that you should have a certain percentage of that money should be in bonds, a certain percent of that money should be in stocks. And it's usually this 60-40%. So 60% of your investment money should be in stocks, 40% of it should be in bonds. That's very kind of middle of the road, very minimal risk investment strategy. So he's saying that after 39 years in the financial services, he's announcing for the first time that the correct crypto allocation should be that conservative investors, so people that don't want a lot of risk in their portfolio, should have a 10% crypto allocation. Before this came out, I heard maybe like 1%. Maybe go pay Mr. Investor, go put 1%, or Mr. or Mrs. Investor, right? Go put 1% into crypto. Now they're saying, he's coming out saying 10% for conservative. Moderate clients should look for a 25% allocation. So 25% of their total portfolio in crypto. Now, this would most likely be a blend of maybe ETFs, maybe Bitcoin, things of that nature. And he said aggressive clients should put 40%. He said owning crypto is no longer a speculative position, failing to do so. Passive market weighted would have a 3% rise in crypto, so forth. Look at this. There's no logic to omitting an asset class that's outperformed all others for 15 consecutive years. So they've tried to keep crypto down. We've talked about that in a bunch of videos. And I think that tide is turning, okay? And that's really what I wanted to share with you is I think that this is we're starting to see all these components come together of, the golden cross scenario I talked about at the top of the video, coupled with specific XRP success stories and catalysts for XRP itself, where we're going to see XRP start to rise and start to take off. And specifically beyond that, where we start to see now that the tide of how and what advisors are going to say to their wealthy clients, to their moderately wealthy clients for a allocation percentage, 10% minimum. I mean, that's going to be, that's trillions of dollars that are out there that could and will be at some point, allocated to an asset like XRP or to crypto in general. Okay. So that's what's interesting about this. That's what I think we need to keep an eye on, is that's starting to turn. That tide is starting to turn. Okay. So kind of taking a look here, what we've got going on with the XRP chart. We know that XRP, guys, is consolidating. It's doing the sideways motion. We're waiting for that event to play out where we get some type of a major catalyst. And for XRP, I don't really know if it's going to be one single major event. We're going to see, we need to see liquidity start to flow back into crypto. We will start to see that as we get closer to the fourth quarter and start to see things take off. But again, to kind of go back and to show you this was when we saw a lot of momentum in crypto back in the November timeframe. Now, I've told you guys in a lot of videos, first week of December, a lot of retail investors left. There's charts out there that show that and talk about that. I've talked about that a ton on my channel. But this was an interesting event where we saw crypto saw XRP go up 490%. Now I'm going to remind you that is my trading indicator that gave you that buy and that sell alert. And you can see it's given buy and sell alerts along the way, but XRP is in this consolidating range. Okay. That's what we're seeing kind of play out. So if we take a look at kind of what's going on in the market, and if there's anything that's really, really moving, like this SCI right here. Let me show you that. So SCI, I have that chart up. So you can see that SCI with my trading indicator, which by the way, links are in the description below, but a while ago gave this buy alert to that sell alert. In 4 days, that was 21%. And then right here, again, you got that buy alert to that sell alert, and that's 33+%. So it gives you these buy and sell alerts to tell you, when to buy and when to sell, so that you can make those profits and do what's called swing trading. Okay. So this is in addition to maybe a long-term investing strategy. So links are in the description below if you want to check it out. It's called X1 Algo. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. So you can try it really for 30 days without any risk or anything like that. And the quarterly option is the cheapest on a per day basis. It's about $1.15. And this week we are launching a brand new Discord private trading group that's going to have live training in it. It's going to have a lot of things that you do to help set you up for success with the software, customer support pretty much 24/7 customer support in that private community. That's all starting this week. Okay. So links in the description below. This is something we've been working on for a while. We're doing this to make you even more successful. So we're really excited about this and how we can help you make you even more successful in trading, because that's what you need. Is you need technology that tells you when to buy, when to sell, so that you can make as much profit in this crypto game. By the way, it does work for stocks as well. This is Tesla. See right there, Tesla. Buy and sell alerts along the way telling you when to buy, when to sell. So you can use it for stocks as well. All right. So I'll see you. Go make some money. As always, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. Take care. Bye.